Oh, welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 23rd of August, and a little bit of a surprise, I guess. Shouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world at this point. Kind of, a little bit of an event on this one. Chapter airdrop delay. We'll get into just the updates and what to know and what to think about it. And, a little bit of reaction on that. Bridget the Terraformer. Get into a little bit about Bridget, what's going on there. And, it's another sale in USD. So we'll read that and what we're looking at. And if we have time and if we have energy and if we have people get together some of those races for the gamified earnings for 2024 edition of Sizzle Season. We do have gamified earnings as on the gamified earnings, one of the tasks is racing, both in the form of the both in the form of Track Hero as well as racing for cars. If we get some of that together, we can take a look and see if we get some of those races strung together for people trying to clip those out. Otherwise, not a busy day, not a super busy day, but a end of the week with some updates for what's going to be going on next week in Upland. To kick things off, obviously, with the disclaimer, as always, all views and opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Should be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game or the team of Upland. Any guests or contributors who we do have on have their own opinion. They're welcome to them, but shouldn't be taken as game strategy advice or financial advice. They don't represent myself, the Goldsmith, the Cafe Nightly Show, the game or the team of Upland. So easy enough. Let's take a look at the two announcers from the day. We'll get a little more feel for them, and then we'll get some plans for next week. And again, if we have any races to get into, Katri's good to see you. Any races to get into, we will. If not, there's plenty of time to get races done before the 30th next Friday to get some gamified earnings out of the way, or get some tasks out of the way to move your way up on the gamified earnings list. What announcements today? We get the share on here, so we take a look. It is Bridget exclusive. Again, Upland uses that word exclusive like it doesn't belong. We know there's a specific definition for exclusive for collections of the game. Again, we keep seeing exclusive as always. Register now for exclusive Bridget Terraformer head and machine rare collectibles celebrating the launch of Sparklet on the exchanges. The sale goes live on Saturday the 24th at 9 a.m. PT with a chance to own a piece of history. Again, this is a Block Explorer sale. We've had these before. They are pricey. They aren't cheap. There aren't many of them. But let's take a look. The Terraformers, 1 million UPIX. You're buying 1 million UPIX. You're getting the Bridget Terraformer head. And the cost is $999. We have these sales. We have them periodically. We've had them a few times. It's really good to see you. You spend $1,000 USD. That's $999 USD. You get 1 million UPIX, which is what you buy for 1,000 USD. And alongside it, you get this Terraformer head. It is a 1 of 5. There's only 5 total available in the game of Upland Block Explorer. So it's kind of cool. They've always been something that have been a little quested after. Keep in mind the deviation between USD and UPIX continues to grow. So are you really buying the million UPIX for $1,000? Does that make sense anymore? How much is that incentive coming from the Block Explorer? And I do expect that these may sell out. Registration is open right now. Again, million UPIX for $1,000. Bridget Terraformer head you get. And then there's a second registration for the body, the Bridget Terraformer. Again, Bridget bridging into the game of Upland Sparklet and bridging out Terraformer machine. 1 million UPIX for $1,000 or $999 USD. Same thing. You buy the UPIX, you get the body as well. Only 5 of those Block Explorers available. It is a registration. You do have to register in order to participate. And with these registrations, you register, you get a randomized order about an hour ahead. You see where you're on that list. And if you are low enough number on the list, people don't buy before you, you have the opportunity to buy these. Again, it is USD. It is $1,000. So it's kind of a big purchase. But it is something that you have the chance to buy only if you get lucky. So you do have to register to get lucky to have the chance to buy these 2 Block Explorers. Let's take a look at the rest of the announcement. Oh, I guess that is the full announcement again. The posting runs us back to Game of Upland, so we can see the two terraformers, the two Bridget Terraformers, the body and the machine. And again, opportunity to register before tomorrow at 8 a.m. PT, with the sale starting at 9 a.m. PT on the 24th. Another sale in USD, another opportunity to get a Block Explorer. Keep in mind, these are Block Explorers. There's lots of Block Explorers. I have way more than I ever need, but it is an opportunity to own a piece of art in Upland. It is an opportunity to have a tiny bit of utility in that you can use it as your PFP, your personal or your profile picture. You can have that up there. You can use that as your little block explorer floating around in the Game of Upland. Kind of fun, but that's about what those block explorers do. Right now, we had talked about the idea of them having future potential. Potentially having utility later doesn't seem something that's right around the corner, but it definitely is something that has been talked about. But ultimately, these 5 of 5 block explorers, those are your opportunities. If that's what you want to have, this is your opportunity to get a 5 of 5 block explorer, and we'll see how fast these sell again. The demand on some of these have changed over the last couple of years. The pricing is very high, but there are people who still collect these type of block explorers, so keep that in mind. Good to see you, Six Wicks. Let's take a look at the other big announcement of the day, and it is what it is, and it's not as surprising as it should be. At everyone, we're in the final stages of Chapter 2 Airdrop, but to ensure everything is perfect, we've pushed the release to Tuesday, August 27th at 2024. I think that's an honest story, but at the same time, this ended 2 weeks ago. The airdrop ended 2 weeks ago. The release, or the actual airdrop itself, is supposed to happen today, the 23rd. We had known about this for a week. We're waiting for it to happen. Again, 2 weeks ago, the airdrop campaign had closed. The airdrop platform had closed, and we were all ready for things. Upland needs a few more days to fine-tune things. I would rather things be done right the first time than Upland distribute a bunch of Sparklet and go, oh, wait. Jimmy got too much and Pete got too little, and oh my gosh, I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to give Sparklet to Tina. I would much rather it be distributed the right way the first time, not having any big surprises here. But it is just like, it's been 2 weeks. It just feels like there's been a lot of time between when it was earned and when it was distributed. It feels like there wasn't a lot of communication to tell us, hey, this is what's going to happen, until like about a week ago. And when that communication happened, we said, okay, we'll put it on the books. We know we've waited a while, but it's okay we've waited a while because we know when the date is coming. And it got postponed. So, there's a little bit of hurt feelings here sometimes. But again, Tuesday the 27th, that's this coming Tuesday. I would rather wait and get the right amount of spark the first time than rush it and have issues. Players will have 1 week to collect once it drops. We appreciate your patience as we finalize the drop. And what that means is it drops to you in the Game of Upland. You go and you hit collect. If you don't hit collect, your opportunity to collect that Sparklet is gone, finito, no longer yours, and you lose out on that Sparklet, that opportunity of Sparklet. So it's definitely something to keep your eyes out on. Go check on Tuesday. If it hasn't dropped, go check again. Make sure you claim within 7 days. We'll just say the backlog or backstory here on this was earlier in the day. I was asking, or people were asking, and I was going and checking in general and checking with people, and people were like, oh, everything tells us that it should be done by the end of the day. The team is on Pacific time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. It happens to be 8 p.m. my time. So, okay, that's fine. I can understand that. Go back and check. And it was just like nobody knew anything, or nobody knew what to expect. And then poof, as we were getting later in the day, not quite getting there to the 5 o'clock PT time, but into the afternoon, we get the message about Chapter 2 airdrop getting pushed. At least it wasn't right at 8 o'clock my time, or right at 5 p.m. PT. It wasn't something they waited to the end of the day, but it was just like it felt like everyone was getting excited and ooh, this is a day and it's getting later and what time is it coming and ooh la la and then poof, it got pushed a couple days. We'll see what happens next week again. The amount of sparklet I am getting is something that I've thought about for the last couple weeks. I've been wondering and questioning. It's just that's why I'm a little bit impatient to get my hands on that sparklet. So easy enough. That's about what we have here, but we do want to do some reminders. Some reminders. Next Friday the 30th, that is going to be the snapshot 9 a.m. PT for Sparklet Airdrop. Again, the snapshot is for the amount of Sparklet that you had earned, again, earned, not purchased, at time of TGE, and kept in the game. So if you earned it, you had it earned by TGE, you took it all out of the game, this is not something you qualify for. If you earned it at the time of TGE or up to the time of TGE, you held that spark in the game of upwind, that amount of spark that you earned and held in the game, that is your base. And then you have a multiplier effect, and then you have a percentage share of the overall sparklet that's going out for this drop. So your starting point, if you had earned 6,000 sparklet, and you end up getting a pretty decent multiplier, and then that's going to determine your share, your percent share of the overall amount that's being distributed, aka you're going to get some sparklet. The more you have, the more you get. The multipliers are really important because the multipliers are going to potentially increase the amount of sparklet you get by up to 5 times, or just over 5 times, I should say. And that's, starting in a good spot counts and is important, but getting that sparklet, multiplied is going to be a huge, huge benefit here. So just as a reminder, we're talking about completing more of the gamified tasks to get a higher multiplier. And as this is set, we are getting closer to the 30th, 1 week away. We can just snap some more of those gamified earnings tasks out of the way, continue to push things through, and ultimately get to the end of this snapshot period with as much sparklet as we're possibly going to earn here. We do want to remind ourselves of what some of those tasks are, and the ones that we've been focusing on or taking a look at, to tie to the ones that are relatively easy to do, with the idea that you can do these with relatively limited cost, limited money being extended, or a limited amount of time engagement that is required. There are some things, we're almost there. There are some things that we have earned in the game of Upland that don't take a lot of UPX, but they take a lot of time. So there's kind of that balance of what are the ones that you can do and how you can participate. Let's take a look. We're almost there. I thought we had her. I'm just looking for, and we can get this shared and take one more look at our Sizzle season. There we go. That's our updated Sizzle season. We are looking back at our Sizzle season release with our gamified earnings task. Again, with our gamified earnings task, we want to note that every season we have a few different tasks that are up and available for us, and I keep finding that task here, a list available to us. There we go. And sorry, I'm having a hard time finding that. Had it up before. Yeah, exactly. Had it up before and having a hard time finding that again, almost like it got moved on me. But yes, we with our gamified tasks this season, obviously looking at trying to get as much on that list as we possibly can. Looking at that bonuses again, multipliers by completing more tasks along the way. One we are trying to focus on if we can get to our sizzle season. There we go. Finally, I knew we had it. The ones that we're trying to get along the way, obviously, Track Hero participated in 2 stake late races. Race Enthusiasts participated in 3 multiplayer kart races. Those are ones that people have had some issues getting into, and trying to find places for people to get those in. Trees, how is everyone doing? Everyone is doing well. And just seeing if anyone is still working on getting the races out of the way, either Track Hero or the car races themselves. As of right now, there are plenty of opportunities to still get in and complete a number here the next week. Log in for 7 days straight. We are on potentially day 1 of a 7-day streak to get this in by the 30th. If you haven't gotten there yet, you still have the chance to do so. 25 days logged in the season. If you haven't gotten there yet, there's still a number of days to do so. If you've missed a couple days, you still have days left between now and the 30th to get the full 25 days logged in over the season so far. We can have a total of 3 properties minted. That can be done right now. There are plenty of properties mintable in Paris as well as in other cities. Those can be minted. Again, 3 of them get you a check mark on the list. Otherwise, we do have a few other things that we aren't going to do easily. You're not going to apply a sizzle season ornament tomorrow for 3 weeks. If you applied it earlier in the month, you could get there just by time elapsed. But then now is a little late to do that, to do this for the 30th. But if you do apply today, it can still be up for 3 weeks by the 15th. So today is probably the last day, or is the last day to get your sizzle season ornament up if you do want to have that up for 3 weeks for the end of the month, for the 15th of September, for the end of the season for the 15th of September. Your master builder is not something you can do quickly with a ton of structures. But if you're at 4 structures, get the 5th one done. Complete that 5th structure, and obviously by the 30th, and you could be getting this check mark off along the list. Referral champion, obviously referring a friend, new player into the game of Upwind, having them level up. The MetaVenture shopper, obviously buy 3 properties at MetaVenture. You can do that right now. And then the airdrop connector, we're too late. The Chapter 2 airdrop is over. You would have had to connect to your Upwind wallet. Technically speaking, today was the last day to have that done. Since we got pushed to Tuesday, you have a couple days of bonus to connect it. But if you did not participate in the Layer 2 airdrop, you probably weren't able to get that connected anyways. Visitor Explorer, visit 5 visitor properties, paid sends to visitor properties. That is very feasible, can be done at any given time. Travel between 2 cities with a car, obviously can be done pretty easily. Get in your car, travel to another city. The Sparklet Importer, obviously you do have to bring Sparklet into the game of Upwind. Now there are many exchanges that Upwind's listed on that you could do that from. And again, Track Hero, the race enthusiast. If we had people who are looking at getting into those races, we definitely could do so. Not seeing that we have anybody who needs that on the list tonight, and that's fine. We can look at getting some of these done next week potentially, but didn't see that we have anybody really getting in or having those left to do. I know a lot of people have already been doing the races with the both with Paris or in Paris, as that was available earlier with a number of contests early in the month. But also getting in and doing car racing just generally, as Boostu covered the game of Upland, as people are racing in other series, the URL and other race series as well. So for tonight, I'll say thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT, up here at the Upland Cafe. Do run the show. If you do have anything come up, please feel free to shoot me a DM. Let me know what's going on in your world in Upland. I'm more than happy to feature those things. But I am working on and should be working on here over the next couple weeks, getting Jason Fester finally in to talk about the Upland Playground. Again, the UGC side of things, but also the playground and how it's used in the UGC creation and in preparation of bringing assets into the game. And then otherwise for tonight, thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. If you're in the Upland Cafe Discord, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.